Glad to have you back. It's Thursday, the 23rd day of February, and it was a fight to have to be inside any building today. I did find about 30 minutes or so just to be outside anywhere at any time, and wow, was it nice. It's also over. No 80 degrees in the forecast from here on out, and in fact, we'll take about 30 off of tomorrow's daytime high. An updated 7-day, in just a few moments. We will cover the Sagersville City Council meeting from earlier in the week, 57th District scores. I have a number of other reports to talk to you about. And we will pick that up right after just a couple of things from the state's level. As you know, our state's legislature is back in session, and there have been a few developments that we want to talk about tonight. Just a couple of items. House Bill 551, first of all, has been filed by Representative Michael Meredith from Oakland, a Republican. It is an attempt to legalize sports betting here in the Commonwealth, live sports betting and online betting for Kentucky. This bill, in a similar fashion, has been attempted before. The key difference in this time is that there is not an element of fantasy sports or online poker attached to it. Those have been removed, with hopes from Representative Meredith and others that will be enough to get it to pass this time. Senate Bill 5 would go towards keeping obscene literature and things of that nature, books, out of Kentucky's schools. It would also give parents the ability, an option, to file written complaints if something is available for their children at school, presented to their kids at school, and it's something that they do not agree with in that manner of an obscene nature. There's a couple of bills that are very similar in nature, Senate Bill 227 and House Bill 477. They have been filed and aimed at establishing a hate crime law in Kentucky. Senate Democratic leader Gerald Neal out of Louisville and also Representative Daniel Grossberg out of Louisville have filed the two. It would also add more prison time if it was proven in court that a crime in Kentucky was intentionally committed on any form or in any form of gender identity, ethnicity, race, disability, or sexual orientation. And also it dictates that if convicted, the individual charged in the hate crime would not have the option for parole or probation or any type of discharge or early release. And then there's Senate Bill 9, named after a young 18-year-old who died as a result of hazing and alcohol poisoning. The Senate has passed the bill with a vote, 27-7, Lofton's Law, named after a young man, a UK student, who was hazed, if you will, during a pledging process at a UK fraternity, the Farmhouse Fraternity, which of course was suspended. It would increase the penalty for hazing, which results in death or physical harm, to a felony level. And that's the biggest of those that we have to talk about tonight. I'll talk about Sagersville City Council meeting happenings after this.
Ratliff and Ratliff Family Dentistry, locally and family owned since 1969, is now proudly providing treatment for headaches, jaw and muscle pain. They offer trigger point therapy along with Botox to effectively treat and reduce symptoms of TMJ pain. And Dr. Beth Ann, member of the American Academy of Facial Aesthetics, also offers Botox therapy and dermal fillers for all of your cosmetic needs. Call 349-2812 to schedule an appointment and allow their highly trained and friendly staff to take care of all your dental and cosmetic needs. McGoffin Farm Bureau and manager Doug Green are proud to welcome Agent Jeff Salyer to the agency. Jeff's lifelong knowledge of the community and our people make him an immediate asset for all of your auto, home, life, commercial, and retirement investments. They're waiting for your call or visit at McGoffin Farm Bureau.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, We're here ready to work for you.
Trade it and upgrade it now at Appalachian Wireless and receive up to $700 off when you trade your old eligible device in and upgrade to a new iPhone 14 Pro Max or Samsung S23 Ultra on a qualifying Appalachian Advantage plan. What better way to start the year off right than with upgrading to a new 5G compatible device on the region's best network while saving up to $700 off on the hottest smartphones. Appalachian Wireless giving you another reason to come join the Big Blue Network. Why? Because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. AppalachianWireless.com for full terms and conditions.
Before any more local headlines tonight, Governor Beshear gave a Team Kentucky update this Thursday afternoon, as is customary. He spoke of a company by the name of Neogen, a manufacturer of animal and food safety products. They're expanding and moving into Lexington, about a $6 million investment, about a 70 full-time job creation. And he also presented Kentuckians with an Eastern Kentucky flood update.
Late last week, many communities across the Commonwealth experienced a variety of severe weather events that led 16 counties and 3 separate cities declaring a state of emergency due to damages brought by a storm. Kentucky Emergency Management monitored the events and are working with the counties impacted across the state to submit damage assessments. While we have not met the level of damage necessary for a federal declaration, that could change as damage assessments continue to come in. Many counties that were declared over last summer's floods experienced additional flooding last week. I know those impacted by this secondary event could struggle to cope with this most recent flooding based on the significant trauma that they have already endured. So if you need help or you need someone to talk to, we encourage you to call or text the Disaster Distress Helpline. That's 1-800-985-5990. So our bodies and our minds aren't meant to take certain types of trauma. That's certainly the case when you've experienced the worst flooding in our Commonwealth's history, followed up by some more flooding, 6+ months later.
Beshear saying that currently there are 208 families housed in travel trailers from the July flooding, and state parks are now housing 20 people. That was 360 people originally on September the 1st. And as of this week, over $10 million in awards have been approved for the buyout program. The awards account for 61 properties from Perry County, the City of Jackson, Breathitt County, and the newly approved Letcher County applicants. Homeowners who want to learn more about the program should contact their local judge executive or emergency management office for more information. Lieutenant Governor Coleman announced that the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is awarding another $14 million to the LIHEAP program, the Kentucky Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, which is credited for assisting about 150,000 Kentuckians with their utility bills during winter months. Very important part of our economy, if you will, here locally in the viewing area. I'll be right back.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
Don't let Mother Nature be the one to remind you about your tires. Stop by Conley Tire and let them make sure that you're safe in getting from A to B. Tires, wheels, oil changes, brake repair, and maintenance. And be sure to click on ConleyTire.net for all the latest offers with 6 months no interest payments at Conley Tire or ConleyTire.net. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Now turning to the Sagersville City Council meeting, you can read more in today's edition of the Sagersville Independent. You have one, right? I hope you indeed do, or plan on getting one soon. A lot of important reads, of course, as well as a lot happening in sports. As well as our new edition. Have you seen our new crossword puzzle with a local twist? Let us know what you think. See how fun you think it is. See if you have any suggestions for one in the future. As for the meeting itself, the council approved the first reading to amend a budget ordinance allocating $1,200 for a savings account for an amphitheater to be built at the city park. They also changed the meeting time for the Sayersville City Council, bumping it up a half an hour, same Monday of the month at 7 o'clock at Sayersville City Hall. David Gardner, the Sayersville Waterworks Commissioner, addressed the City Council and the Mayor and those in attendance. It appears as though the new administration, Stanley Howard, Mayor of Sayersville, is challenging a Water Commissioner reappointment. Gardner is saying that the city's attorney, Jeff Lovely, had notified the county waterworks attorney, Don McFarland, of a letter that is said to state that Sayersville Water Commissioner Terry Marshall's reappointment by council last December was done so illegally, and that any business Marshall was involved with and was conducted while he was there would be illegal, with Gardner asking the council to simply themselves ask additional questions about the ordinance under which Marshall was reappointed. Marshall was reappointed on December the 29th during a special session, the last session of last year for that sitting city council. His term was up just days later on January the 7th. And again, he was reappointed on December the 29th.
So the League of Cities is saying, according to this letter that Jeff sent Don, and according to the mayor's conversation evidently with League of Cities, that Terry is no longer a legal commissioner for the waterworks. And if you look at our ordinance, and there's a snippet there that says the mayor can either upon vacancy or prior to vacancy appoint with council's approval. And it doesn't say across boundaries of elections, or it doesn't say across anything like that. It just says the mayor can appoint. And that's what you all did. I know Tex and Gumby and the members who were here prior, you all reappointed Terry.
I didn't. I wasn't there.
Okay, well, that's right.
Yeah, I left.
So the council that was in place in December reappointed Terry. Now, it could very well be, Mayor, that the League of Cities is correct. However, I would ask the council to make sure that you not only have a conversation with the League of Cities, but the League of Cities is not the judge and jury. They can provide advice, but their word is not the final. It could very well be accurate, but it's not the final. An attorney that I've talked to said that the ordinance is ambiguous at best. But I suspect that League of Cities didn't even have the benefit of our ordinance. Now, I suspect that...
Yes, they did.
Did they?
Yes.
Okay. So I would like to...
Have you got the ordinance?
I've got the ordinance here.
How many pages is it?
5.
How many pages is the water report? About 40, 50?
Yeah, there's several different ordinances within the waterworks.
There's the creating ordinance. The ordinance that created the waterworks comes from May 5, 1964.
Sounds about right.
That's correct. Also, there's also a lot more to that than 5 pages, though.
There's...
I'd be happy to get that for you.
I would like to have it, but...
Well, just...
So anyway, I've looked... I would like to see for our benefit, for Don's benefit, our attorney's benefit, the case law, Stanley, or the justification, other than just saying League of Cities said this. The other thing is if you look at the second snippet here, is within Jeff's letter, he says that any business conducted with Terry there after January 7th, that it's illegal. Well, the ordinance states that...
That wasn't in our letter, right?
That's what Jeff's letter to Don said.
Okay.
And I don't know what
He
you
talked
all.
to legal cities also, not this man.
Well, that letter said that but if you look at the ordinance, it says that until the next commissioner is essentially approved, there's a different word for it, but that's it, then Terry continues to be the commissioner. So at this point, truly don't know where it all stands, but I would hope that we get a better understanding. I would like to have Don and Jeff get together and talk about it and figure it out, but I don't know where our ordinance, the city of Sayersville's ordinance stops or starts, and where the League of Cities and whatever they're referencing begins. But until then, we're continuing to do business, basically. So it'd be nice to have.
January 7th.
Sir?
He expired January 7th.
That particular term expired, but Terry was appointed to a new term by the last council.
No, not gonna happen.
Well, the ordinance clearly doesn't say from one term to another, Stanley, but I'm not going to argue it here. But I would only ask that we try to find a answer, and that Jeff and Don have a conversation and sort of work it out.
Following Gardner's remarks, the mayor said that he would be appointing a new water commissioner to fill that spot during their next meeting. As of press time for the paper today, and as of airtime for myself, we're still in the process of checking the legitimacy of the December water board appointment and the status of some other information presented therein about the very subject, and we'll have an update for you at a later time. I have an updated community calendar tonight that starts off with a couple of very special anniversary wishes. Happy anniversary to Donald and Brenda Benton. Happy 52nd wedding anniversary to you. From a long list of family and friends, happy anniversary. And to a couple of very sweet souls that I've had the privilege of knowing for, well, a number of years now, and we'll leave it at that. Deloy and Phyllis Allen celebrating their 60th anniversary today. Happy anniversary to you both. With lots of love from the entire family. And going on, the Middle Fork Fire Department wants me to remind you about their Middle Fork Community Day, Saturday, March the 4th. They're going to have all sorts of games and competitions and trophies for all sorts of things, from cornhole tournaments to rook to horseshoes. And there's no entry fee, there's no nothing. They just want you to be there and have a good time and celebrate the community. And they're also going to feed you for just $10 an amazing catfish fried dinner with all the fixing, desserts, wonderful desserts, and a drink as well. They hope that you'll just come and be a part of the event. Saturday the 4th. Not so far away. 1 week from this Saturday, I guess. With that said, if you have an announcement, birthday or anniversary, here's how you get it on the show. We love to publish birthdays, birth announcements, anniversaries, wedding announcements in the Independent, but send those to Heather, not me, Heather at SayersvilleIndependent.com. Going on, funeral service announcements tonight, of course provided nightly by our friends at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. First, tell us that services have been set for this Sunday at 2 for Pauline Sloan, 80 of Oxshire Branch. She passed away Tuesday at her home, survived by her sons James Ray Puckett and Lonnie Edward, as well as daughters Judy Lynn Reed, Melinda Sprague, Geraldine Puckett, and brothers Danny Joe Stevens and Ellis J. Stevens, 12 grandkids and 17 great-grandchildren. Pauline is preceded in death by her first husband, Price Puckett, and her second husband, Elmer Sloan, 2 sons and a brother and a sister. Services will start 2 o'clock from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Friends can visit the Holiness House of Prayer Friday after 6 and all day Saturday for visitation. And I'm told that Betty May passed away earlier today. That's Betty Esther Watkins May. She was 68 and passed away earlier today at the Pikeville Medical Center after a long illness. Arrangements incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sayersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot-related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics.
You've read about him in the books. You've seen him at the movies. Everyone loves Paddington Bear. The charming, accident-prone, marmalade-loving bear is headed to the Mountain Arts Center on February 27th. This hilarious, fun-filled comedy is filled with mischief, mayhem, and a whole lot of mess. A hysterical show for the whole family to enjoy. Don't miss Paddington Gets in a Jam. Get your tickets today at macarts.com. This presentation is partially sponsored by the Kentucky Arts Council.
Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sayersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sayersville National Bank.
Well, the girls' championship tonight tips off for the 57th District. I am on my way momentarily between Martin County and Paintsville and the Lady Tigers. We, of course, knew that. And after last night's game between Central and Martin County, we have another Paintsville-Martin County matchup for the championship in the boys' bracket tomorrow night.
That's right, another Paintsville Martin County matchup in the boys bracket after the Martin County boys, the Cardinals took down Johnson Central by 3. 62-59 was the final score last night. The Eagles now officially wrapping up their season on a 14-16 run after losing in the first round in the 57th District. Martin County, of course, not only just advances to Friday night's championship, but as well, of course, at least as a runner-up, if not the champion, will yet to be determined, to the 15th region.
And just to get you caught up and in the know, turning over to the 58th District, Betsy Lane ousted Prestonsburg in the 58th boys bracket, mind you. Earlier this week, 69-58 and advanced. And then Floyd Central fell to Lawrence County, 73-65, putting the boys from Betsy Lane and Lawrence County in the boys championship tonight at 7 in the 58th. In the 58th girls tournament, Lawrence County and Betsy Lane ended up 71-38. Lawrence County and Floyd Central ousted Prestonsburg 82-49, another lopsided victory, putting Lawrence County's girls and Floyd Central's girls in the championship round last night. Your 58th District champion in the girls is Lawrence County with a final score of 57-53. And over in the 59th, we had Pikeville and Jenkins. Pikeville out ahead in the first round, 68-35, and they are to play Valley tonight, who put Eastridge out by a score of 61-43. Again, boys 59th action tonight, the championship, Pikeville and Valley. And the girls' championship for the 59th is also today between Pikeville and Valley. Pikeville took out Eastridge 95-24, and then Valley took out the girls from Jenkins 54-21. So you have, again, Pikeville and Valley and the girls, that championship tonight. And then, of course, it's on to the regions next week. Well, it's on to your Licking Valley RACC 7-day at this time, where our luck has indeed finally run out.
I mean, it happens every year, and sometimes it happens more than once. And I'm talking about, getting some nice, beautiful spring-like weather and then getting a harsh reminder that it's still very much winter. There's no winter in your forecast, but we are going to fall 40 degrees from today's high to tonight's low, and we'll only climb back up 10 degrees tomorrow. No, like I said, nothing wintry in the forecast, but spring's not here. We've still got a ways to go. Partly cloudy skies tonight. We do have a 20% chance of some showers during the overnight, and that's about it. Very slight chance, not making much winds, maybe up to 15, 17 miles per hour at times. And they'll be short-lived if we see any showers during the overnight, because I think we'll just see mostly sunny and 50 for your Friday. Definitely much more mild, not, well, I don't want to say cooler, but, you know where I'm going. It's not going to be 80 tomorrow. It's going to be 50 and mostly sunny. Light northeast wind, 6 to 8 miles per hour, and dry for pretty much your entire Friday. The shower chances really don't work their way back in the forecast until about 3 or 4 in the a.m. Saturday morning. And Saturday looks to be mostly cloudy and about a 40% chance of showers, mainly before 1 and just a lingering 10% or so. So not a big rainmaker, but 54 degrees, mostly cloudy, and a chance of some light shower action maybe for the first half of your Saturday. Saturday night, mostly cloudy at 39. Sunday, shower chances will crank back up a bit. We'll see 59 degrees, but mostly cloudy and a 40 to 50% chance of showers. And look at nighttime lows for Sunday. We don't fall very far. 59 for your high and 51 for your low. That's out and ahead of some more warm air that rolls into town Monday, where we get back up to about 70, but it's going to be windy and it's going to be wet. Yep, showers, pretty much a sure thing for your Monday with that warm air that is, again, short-lived. Look at that, another swing. We'll go from 70 Monday back to 55 on your Tuesday. That system will blow out and leave us with some calm, clear skies. 55 and mostly sunny. Not a bad Tuesday. Wednesday, temperatures start to work back up a bit, up to the low to mid-60s Wednesday and Thursday, with some sunshine still, with some included shower chances to throw in there at 40 to 50%. So I'm not going to say a little bit of everything in the forecast because there's no, Well, that'll do it just for my time this evening. I'll see you back here tomorrow night. I hope I will, for the next and last edition this week, nearly for this month of Your News Today. Good night.